So, good evening, everyone. So, let's begin with our presentation session. So, we have Kirti only. Kirti, you can start with your presentation.
Is it visible or audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible as well as visible.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Is my screen visible or no? Ma'am?
Your screen is visible. You can start.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kirti, and I'm from Cloud Computing Department. And the name of the project I'm working on is Cloud-Based Investment Platform, building a scalable and secure infrastructure for stock marketing investing. And the name of the task, Cloud Computing Application in Stock Market. So let's start. Uh, So move to our next slide. So these are the table of content. First is
Actually,
live.
sorry, Kirti, to interrupt. I think you are changing your slides, but I cannot see it. Did you change the slide now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Please see this issue.
Now, ma'am.
Yeah, now I can see. Okay.
These are the table of contents. Start with first is life better and before. Life before and after cloud computing. And next is what is cloud computing and the features and benefits of cloud computing, service model, deployment model, cloud service provider, key components, and AWS service for cloud-based stock marketing investment, and advantages of using AWS for stock market investment. And last is conclusion. So start. So life before and after cloud computing. Small as well as large IT company follow the traditional method to provide the IT infrastructure. That means for any IT company, we need a server room. That is the basic need of IT companies. In that server room, there should be a database server, mail server, networking, firewall, router, modem, etc., high net speed, and the maintenance engineer. So to establish such IT infrastructure, we need to spend lots of money to overcome all these problems and to reduce the IT infrastructure cost. Cloud computing comes into existence. And what is cloud computing? What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a technology that use remote server on the internet to store, manage, and access data online rather than local drives. The data can be anything such as file, image, document, audio, video, and more. And cloud computing perform many operations. And in this, we can do using cloud computing. In this, we can deploy new application and services, storage, backup, and recovery of data, hosting blog and websites, and delivering of software on demand, and analysis of data, streaming both video and audio. And this is cloud computing. Move to our next slide. These are the features of cloud computing. First is resource pooling and on demand self service, easy maintenance, scalability, and rapid elasticity, economical, measure and rapid service, security, automation, flexibility, work from anywhere, cost saving, automating update. So start with resource pooling. Resource pooling is the one of the essential features of cloud computing. Resource pooling means that a cloud service provider can share resourcing among multiple clients, each providing a different set of service according to their needs. And second is on demand self service. On demand self service, this enable the client to continue monitor server uptime and capability and allocated network storage. This is the fundamental features of cloud computing, and the customer can also control the computing capability according to their needs. And next is easy maintenance. This is one of the best cloud features. That server are easily maintained and downtime is minimal or sometimes zero. Cloud computing powered resources often undergo several updates to optimize their capability and potential, update and more viable and with device and perform faster than previous version. And next is scalability and rapid elasticity. It is scalability. These cloud features enable cost-effective handling of workload that require a large number of servers, but only for a short period. Many customers have workload that can be run very cost-effectively due to the rapid elasticity of cloud computing. And next is economical. The cloud feature help in reducing the IT expenditure of the organization. In cloud computing, clients need to pay the administration for the space used for them. There is no cover up or additional charge that need to be paid. Administration is economical and more often than not. Some space is allocated for free. And measure and reporting service. Measure and reporting service is the best choice for organization. uh, the measure and reporting service is helpful for both cloud provider and their customer. They enable both the provider and the customer to monitor and report which service have been used and for what purpose. It help in monitoring billing and ensuring optimum utilizations of resources. And security, data security is one of the best features of cloud computing. Cloud service make a copy of the stored data to prevent any kind of data loss. If one server lost data by any chance, the copied version is restored from the other server. These features come in handy when multiple users are working on a particular file in real time, and one file suddenly get corrupted. And automation, the ability of cloud computing to automatically install, configure and maintain a cloud service is known as automation. Flexibility, the ability to simultaneously share document and other file over the internet can facilitate collaboration between employees. Cloud services are very easily scalable, so your IT need can be increased or decreased depending on the need uh, of your organization or business. And work from anywhere. A user of cloud system can work from any location as long as you have an internet connection. Most of the major cloud service offer mobile applications, so there are no restrictions on what type of device you are using. It allows users to be more productive by adjusting the system to their work schedule. And cost effective, it is very cost effective. Using web based service eliminates the need of a large expenditure implementing and maintaining the hardware. Cloud service work on a pay as you go subscription model. And automatic update, with cloud computing your server are off permission and the responsibility of the service provider update system automatically, including security update. This saves your business time and money from doing it yourself, which could be better spent focusing on other aspects of your organization. And move to our next slide. Benefits of cloud computing. These are the benefits of cloud computing. First is cost, speed, performance, global scale, productivity, security, and reliability. So start with cost. So moving to the cloud help companies optimize IT cost. This is because cloud computing eliminates the capital expense of buying hardware and software and setting up and running on-site data center. And speed, most cloud computing services are provided self-service and on demand, so even vast amount of computing resource can be provisioned in minutes, typically with just a few mouse click, giving business a lot of flexibility and taking the pressure off capacity planning. And third is performance. The biggest cloud computing service run on a worldwide network of secure data center, which are regularly upgraded to the latest generation of fast and efficient computing hardware. This offers several benefits over a single corporate data center, including reduced network latency for application and greater economics of scale. And next is global scale. The benefit of cloud computing service include the ability to scale elasticity. In cloud speak, that mean delivering the right amount of IT resource. For example, more or less computing power, storage, bandwidth, right? When they are productivity. Productivity on-site data center typically require a lot of racking and stacking, hardware setup, software patching, and other time-consuming IT management chores. Cloud computing remove the need for many of these tasks, so IT team can spend time on achieving more important business goals. And next is security. Many cloud provider offer a broad set of policies, technology, and control that strengthen your security posture overall, helping protect your data, app, and infrastructure for potential threats. And reliability. Cloud computing make data backup, disaster recovery, and business continuity easier and less expensive because data can be mirrored at multiple redundant sites on the cloud provider network. And these are the benefits of cloud computing. So move to our next slide. The service model. So these are there are three service model: SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. So start with IaaS. IaaS, infrastructure as a service, the most basic category of cloud computing service. With IaaS, infrastructure as a service, you rent IT infrastructure, server and virtual machines, storage, network, operating system from a cloud provider on a pay as you go basis. And second is PaaS, platform as a service. It refer to a cloud computing service that supply on an on demand environment for deploying, testing, delivering, and managing software application. Platform as a service is a designed to make it easier for developer to quickly create web or mobile app without worrying about setting up or managing the underlying infrastructure for server, storage, network, and database needed for development. And last is SaaS, software as a service. It is a method for delivering software application over the internet on demand and typically on a subscription basis. With software as a service, cloud provider host and manage the software application and underlying infrastructure and handle any maintenance like software upgraded and security patches. User connect to the application over the internet, usually with a web browser on their phone, tablet, or PC. And these are the service models. So move to our next slide. Deployment model. There are three deployment model: public, private, and hybrid. Public cloud. So public cloud are owned and operated by third party cloud service providers, which deliver computing resources like server and storage over the internet. And private cloud. Private cloud refer to cloud computing resources used exclusive by single business or organization. A private cloud can be physically located on the company on-site data center. Some company also third party party service provider to host their private cloud. A private cloud is one in which the service and infrastructure are maintained on a private network. And a hybrid cloud combine public and private cloud bound together by technology that allow data and application to be shared between them. By allowing data and application to move between private and public cloud, a hybrid cloud gives your business greater flexibility and more deployment option and help optimize your existence infrastructure, security, and compliance. So these are the deployment models of cloud computing. So move to our next slide. Cloud service provider. What is cloud service provider? Cloud service provider is a third party company offering a cloud based platform infrastructure application or storage service. And these are the cloud service provider. Amazon S3, Azure, WebDev, Google, Google Drive, Amazon, OpenStack, Hubik, Blackbase. These are the cloud service provider. So move to our next slide. Cloud computing in stock market investing. So my first point is cloud computing has enabled automation of many tasks such as data and risk management, and real time data allow investor to make better informed decisions. So move to our next slide. Key components. These are the key components. First is algorithm trading engine, market data adapter, exchange adapter, data store. So first is algorithm trading engine. It is the solution core where, for example, trading strategy are creating and get an operated using historical and real-time data managing interaction with other solution component and providing user with analytics and reporting capability. And next is market data adapter, shades engine with different data types such as real time market data, historical price data, and others. And third is exchange adapter, manage the interaction with the exchange or broker, for example, to place, revoke order status and other tasks. And the last is data store. It provides a durable and secure data responsibility used for algorithm trading engine. These are the key components. Move to our next slide. AWS service for cloud-based stock market investment. Amazon S3 Data Exchange, Amazon Antenna, AWS Glue, Amazon SageMaker. So start with Amazon S3. S3 stand for Simple Storage Service. Amazon S3 is an object storage service that offer industry leading scalability, data availability, security, and performance. You can use Amazon S3 to store the retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere. And data exchange, AWS data exchange allow you to consolidate your integration across data providers and receive your data using a single API. And you can easily subscribe to new data product and migrate any existing data feed through the bring your own subscription features. And third is Amazon Athena. Amazon Athena is a service that enable data analyst to perform interactive query in the web-based cloud storage service. And Amazon Athena is used with large-scale data sets. Amazon S3 is designed for online backup and archiving of data and application of Amazon Web Service. And AWS Glue. Uh, AWS Glue is a serverless data integration service that makes it easy for analytics user to discover, prepare, move, and integrated data from multiple sources. You can use it for analytics, machines learning, and application development. And last is Amazon SageMaker. Amazon SageMaker is a fully managed service that enable data scientists and developer to quickly and easily build, train, and deploy machine learning model at any scale. And Amazon SageMaker include a module that can be used together or independently to build and train and deploy your machine learning models. So these are the AWS service for cloud-based stock market investment. Move to our next slide. Advantages of using AWS for stock market investment. First is business agility, leveraging the ability to quickly and easily access technology. Play as you go model, continuous innovation provided by AWS service. Business agility is the ability of organization to adapt to market change quickly, respond rapidly and flexibly to customer demand, and be continuously at a competitive advantages. And leveraging the ability to quickly and easily access technology, continuous innovation provided by AWS service. And last is pay as you go model. uh, Pay as you go model is a payment method for cloud computing that charge based on usage. The practice is similar to that of utility bills, using only resource that are needed. And comes to conclusion, in this project we have see how to quickly and easily import trading data to Amazon S3, run data analyzing using Antenna, and brackets trading strategy on the imported data using Amazon SageMaker notebook instance. This architecture is modular and agnostic to data used and trading strategy tested. And AWS Data Exchange can be used to get different data sheets assets, and the Jupyter notebook can be updated or replaced with other notebook as required. If you have any questions, please ask. If you have any query, I describe my email ID kirtikashyap1215@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your attention, ma'am. I have done my PPT.
Okay, Kirti, your PPT was good. Okay, can you tell me that what are the different data types you can use in cloud computing?
Sorry, ma'am.
What are the different data types you can use in cloud computing? Are you able to hear me?
Ma'am,
Yes. Are you able to hear me, Kirti? Kirti, are you able to hear me? Please respond if you are able to hear me.
I'm audible or visible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible as well as visible.
Yes, ma'am.
So, can you tell me that what are the different data types we can use in cloud computing?
Data type. Uh,
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Any example of cloud computing that where it is applied
Yes,
in
ma'am.
real world?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please tell.
Now, sorry, ma'am. Repeat.
That cloud computing is actually applied where? Some examples of cloud computing.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, uh, Assume that you are an executive at a very big corporation. Your particular responsibility include to make sure that all of your employee have the right hardware and software. They need to do their jobs. To buy computer for everyone is not enough. You also have to purchase software as well as software license, and then provides these software to your employee as they require. Whenever you hire a new employee, you need to buy more software or make sure your current software license allow another user. It is so stressful that you have to spend lots of money. But instead of installing a suite of software for each computer, you just need to load one application. That application will allow the employee to log in into a web based service which host all the program uh, for the uh, 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 instead of installing a software for each computer, you just need to load one application. That application will allow the employee to log into a web based service which host all the program for the users. This is required for his her jobs. A remote server owned by another company, and that will run everything from email to word processing to complex data analyze program. So it is example of cloud computing. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think you should explore more about it because some examples that I can let you know about that in data analytics, you can use cloud computing. In backups, you can use cloud computing. So I was asking in that terms, no problem. You can read more about it, explore it so that you will get that deeper knowledge of the concept you are working.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
So
ma'am.
rest your presentation was good. The way you delivered it was totally okay. I
Yes,
will
ma'am.
provide your scores and feedback on your email. Do you have any question?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
okay. Next we have Darshan. You can start your presentation.
So I'm audible and visible, right?
Yes, you are audible as well as visible.
So first of all, I would like to good evening everyone. My name is Darshan Virwani and I am from Cybersecurity Internship Group. Today I will be presenting my fourth task, which is overview of Microsoft 98/367 security fundamentals. So first of all, starting my presentation, I would like to the topic which I have given today, Microsoft security fundamentals. So many of us are using some sort of security in our day-to-day life, right? So as you can think, this topic might be related something to like there might be something Microsoft which has provided some security fundamentals. Many of us use some kind of security in our daily basis, like in our phone we use two-factor like screen locks which have passwords or a face authentication, and like our daily chat based application which is WhatsApp, we use two-factor authentication, which is like a two-factor pin which it is asking us randomly. So that kind of security we are using daily. But according to today's topic, which is based on Microsoft's 98C security fundamentals, this topic relates to the person who is an IT person or working in an organization or want to make the career related to security things like security field like cyber security, information technology related security gives purpose. So today's topic will be seeing on the security fundamentals related to this. So our let me start my beginning. So our table of contents of today will be what is Microsoft 98 security fundamentals. First of all, we will look at what is actually the Microsoft security fundamentals. Next, we will see what are the importance. Third, we will see key concepts of security fundamentals. And last, conclusion. So, starting with what is Microsoft 98 security fundamentals. So, Microsoft Security Fundamentals is an associate level certification program which is covers essential security features or topics which are used in daily day-to-day life of an organization or a single person managing some of their startups or doing for them personal security purposes. So in this certification program is for a tech as also defined as Microsoft Technology Associate, which includes understanding security layers, understanding operating system security, understanding network security, and understanding security software. So many of us are from IT background here in this session. So as we have all read from our beginning OSI models, TCP IP models, these all have different kind of layers, starting from physical layer, data layer, transport layer, network layer. So all these layers are for there for networking side. So what does this security fundamentals do? These fundamentals of understanding security layers give security to these layers. Moving on to next, operating system security. Operating system is everywhere at today's place, in our phones, in our desktops, our laptops. So these things also need to be secured, so that things also will be covered. Moving on to next, network security. Without internet in today's world, we can't live a single moment, right? So all the things are working on internet today. So securing them should be a main reason. So these also included in this. And moving on to next, security software. As I talked before about WhatsApp, there are two-factor authentication in that. So securing that software also is a main thing. So moving on to our next content, that importance of security fundamentals. Importance in these security fundamentals are significant to everyday the things we do. Everyday things are going around the organization or day-to-day life. In that, first our importance is foundation knowledge. So as in, for example, if we come in IT background in our first year, so we have taught from the basic algorithm designing, flow charts. That is to clear our base and move to advance. So as the same thing derives here in security fundamentals. First importance is to have foundational knowledge about the security. So these help you to things go easily in your advanced level. Moving on to next importance, protection against evolving threats. So threat might be a new word of us today here. So I explain what is a threat. Threat means that is a bug which cause an security issue in your running application. For example, if we are using WhatsApp daily, right? So we are seeing end-to-end chat is encrypted. So as our chats are encrypted, but before this update came, there were no this type of security notification. So there was a threat that our the chats are going up between us and another person that can be leaked, and they can read all our chats. So protecting against this evolving threats is also important. So next is risk mitigation. What is mitigation? I tell you that mitigation means to stop something being happening from any kind of incident. Like for example, as we move out daily, we lock our houses, right? So we know that if we left open our house, there might can be theft in our house. Same thing happens with security of fundamentals also. This mitigation means if any kind of threat is evolving in our network or in our application, that we will try to stop it, or we will know how to respond to that thing. So that is called risk mitigation. Next thing is compliance and regulations. Compliance and regulation is an basic need of every organization today, because as the as for example, there is RBI, Reserve Bank of India, who is taking heading and monitoring all the banks. So of course, the banks should follow according to their guidelines and regulations, right? So they are issuing and guidelines that particular bank should follow. Like that, there are certain companies around the international organization which gives us certain guidelines that this organization is having this type of kind of network or this kind of software they are running. So they should follow this type of regulations and compliance. So this is called compliance and regulation, where which help which help organization to be fully compliant according to the industry specific regulation. So our next importance is secure software development. Many of us are software developers or will be in coming upcoming future. So we have to take care that whatever the application we are developing, it should be secure. Like for example, most of us have heard about SQL injection attack. What is in that? That if in the login page, some kind of semicolons and as or as are used and our database is hacked. So if we had done secure coding there, then there might be no chance that our database can be hacked. So in this is also an important security fundamental where includes secure software development. So moving to our next, that is user awareness. As a for example, as a person working in IT field in the organization, that IT person should aware their colleagues or other people in the organization about the daily risk trends and security features, so that this might help the organization being safe from data getting hacked. For an example, if an IT person has given their user awareness about the phishing email, most of us have heard about phishing email. What is that? Phishing email includes a link which if anyone clicks, there might be a login or something related to person credentials which the user enters and that account might hack. So if an IT person has given awareness about these things, so this could save from many things. So next is data protection. Data protection is very essential part of security fundamentals because if if our data is not protected, then that create a risk for our organization. So securing our data also is important need. For example, as I talked before about WhatsApp, we see a notification of end-to-end encryption. What does it mean that? It just mean that the data which we are texting with another person is secure and it can't be disclosed to another unauthorized person. So data protection is an essential importance of security fundamentals. Moving on to next, trust and reputation. This security fundamental importance has been related to the like IT-related person or a person running a cybersecurity firm, right? Because if a cybersecurity firm person is running, the person has to build trust with the other people so that the, the other client should work that their company, the cybersecurity person will give assurance that your data is safe by our security provided by us. So this is an essential important of security fundamentals. Moving on to next, prevention and detection. Prevention and detection is best because if the user has awareness about this, what does mean of prevention and detection? Like, for example, if many of us are sharing data with our friends in today time, most of things are shared through email only, but many big files are shared through pen drive also. If a person's desktop or laptop has been affected with some kind of virus and he or she is giving that pen drive to another person, so there might be a kind of notification that this pen drive has some type of Trojan or malware. So the next person, what will we do? That the Trojan has been detected in that pen drive, so that another person will immediately remove that pen drive, so the threat has been prevented. So this is an importance of prevention and detection. Next is incident response. What does an incident response mean? Incident response means that if by chance your organization has been attacked through and cybersecurity, many of us have been heard about ransomware attack in many organizations. So at that time, if an attack is happened to our organization, how to respond that? That is called incident response. An incident is occurred, how to sincerely respond so that the that particular time or upcoming time, the data, the hack that has been done that time, this should be not repeated in upcoming future. So these were the importance of security fundamentals. So moving to our next slide, we will see key concepts for Microsoft security fundamentals. As we discussed first, the first fundamental of key concept is understanding security layers. So moving on to next is understanding operating system security, and next understanding network security, and fourth is understanding security software. So we will be starting from first understanding security layers. As I discussed before, these security layers is like the layers which are working in our current Zoom meeting. It is working on OSI model or all the layers which are working daily daily applications. So security layers also work to secure these type of layers. So what is that? Understanding security is fundamental concept which gives security to the different layers or different components of the security organization to protect their information systems, their networks, and all their IT assets. So in that, our first is physical security layer. Like in the OSI model, there is physical layer first. So here is also physical security layer. What does physical security layer do? It helps us safeguard our basic, our IT assets, our data centers, our network rooms, our the admins, our desktops, all that things. So first of the basic physical security provided by CCTV camera, and moving that to next, in going to advanced, there is access control, there are locks, there are alarms, there are secure facility design. If the main importance of physical security layer is that if there is sometimes unauthorized access also, if our security system is advanced, that place will be locked itself so that the unauthorized access person has been caught and moved for the next procedure. So was a physical security layer. Moving to our next layer, that is perimeter security layer. As we discussed in our first, that we have secured our physical security layer. Now, what have to secure our perimeter security layer? Perimeter security, what does it secure? It secures our network systems which are there in our organization. For our network protection systems, there are firewalls, there are intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, and network access control. So first starting from firewalls, what is the main function of firewall? Firewalls are like a barrier between the incoming and outgoing traffic. It monitors the packets moving from one end to the another end so that any unauthorized or any threat packet has not entered into the organization. And next is intrusion detection system. What does it do? Intrusion means intrusion like it is like vulnerability or something is if like a phishing email has been detected on our email servers. So intrusion detection system has been configured that if you find any suspicious kind of link, so you should generate an alert to the administrator or IT person or their security head. So this intrusion detection system will generate an alert to the IT person. So next the IT person will take step what to do. And next, the intrusion prevention system. It is an advanced version of intrusion detection system. What does it do? As the word you have seen, difference is detection and prevention. Intrusion prevention system are automated prevention system. What they will do if any threat hasn't evolved, so they have been configured that way that if any kind of suspicion link has been checked at the time you block it, and next they will alert to the administrator that this thing has been blocked. So next is network access control. Network access control is a very crucial thing in the bigger organization because it plays a very important role. Because network access control is that type of thing that there are many departments in our organization like HR, accounts, finance, and another thing. So this network access control gives access to the particular department that and it prevents from unauthorized access also. So this was our perimeter security layer. So moving to our next application security layer. What does it do? For example, if an organization, like I take an example of a bank. So bank will be using like some kind of application I have heard like Pinnacle or SAP. So these kinds of applications are being used by a bank organization. So the developer or the organization providing this kind of software have to do the testing of their code application, how it is running properly. Are there any code that have some vulnerabilities or something? So then the application is delivered to the bank, and the bank is using that application. So in their firewalls and other security system, the application is configured in that way that the application cannot the application should prevent from the unauthorized access or any data being processed should be done in the organization only. Any outsider cannot use the application. So this was our application security layer. So next is our data security layer. As I talked in the previous example of WhatsApp, that end-to-end chat is being encrypted and protected. So our data, which are being generated, that includes our images, video, documents, all other things are being protected through this layer. That kind of security is provided so that if any leaks or data breaches are there, that data is encrypted and it cannot be easily decrypted with another person. So there are security controls like encryption, access control, data loss prevention, and data classification tools are by used here. So these was our first key concept of Microsoft Security Fundamentals, which was understanding security layers. Moving to our next, which is operating system security. As we are in our daily life, we are using operating system anywhere in our mobile phones. We are Android, we are iPhone operating system in our desktops or laptops. We are Mac OS, we have Windows, we have Linux, we have Ubuntu. So these things also need to be secured. So in an organization, many of operating system might be installed there. So first, our security is user authentication and access control. So when a user is entering on the organization and user is giving access to their particular system only, or all the systems are generated with their ID password. So that person has only authorized access to that particular system with their particular ID and password. And moving on to next, in advanced security, we have two-factor authentication, multi-factor authentication, and rules-based control access. So, like for example, I take an example of a bank. In bank, there might be a person who will be handling the counter side, and moving to next in the hierarchy, who might be authorizing something, and moving on to next, who will be doing the backend work, and moving on to next, there might be an IT person. So all the person has been assigned a role here. So starting from ascending order, I have given a role to the counter person one, and moving down to next, second, third, fourth, fifth. So the role assigned to a particular counter-based system, which is level one, that the level one person will be doing the level one work only. He or she cannot have the access to the level two or level three data. So this is an example of user authentication and access control. Moving to our next, that is patch management and update. This the patch management must might have heard or updates, like we are using daily life application in our systems, in our mobile phones. We do update to things daily. What is the main reason behind that? The main reason behind that, the updates are that the bugs fixing are there. There might be some secure code might be written before that also find fix. And patch management is the same thing. It is used in the organizations. Patch management is done of the application softwares, which and patch management is a type of files which are given to the system administrator, which updates it from the backend. So the application runs smoothly with the latest security and updates. So our next is file and directory permissions. This is an essential security role playing in the organization. So for an example, in an organization, there are 10 users. 10 users have their 10 systems, and there is a data server. On that data server, all the users are keeping some their data and sharing with all other people. So if we are giving control to user, that you can only copy from server and to another that your users that particular your system. You cannot rename it or you cannot delete it. That is called file and directory permission. Why it is used? Because if any kind of data, like if by mistake, if a user deletes the data from the data server, that is also important data. So that might can cause issue and later that to recover that thing. So that this kind of file and directory permissions are given to the organization, that this user can only do these things like read or write on the file or should copy or paste only. So next is our audit and logging. Audit and logging, what does it mean? Audit and logging is done by mainly the IT person or system administrator. Audit and logging the means that, like for example, daily you are using your mobile phones, right? We are uh, if we just unlocked it, we entered our password. That also creates an log, and then after that we open our WhatsApp, right? We use WhatsApp for how much duration. That the all things we do in our mobile phone, it creates logs and it shows in our backend system. So same thing applies in our organization also. All the things done by the user are being monitored by the system administrator. That what the kind of things they are doing in the organization, what kind of website they are visiting, what kind of files they have created or something they have deleted. So these are mainly features of our understanding operating system security. So moving to our next is security software. As we discussed in the last, that as a developer, we need to create a code that should be secure, that there should be no vulnerabilities in that things. So security software is also vital in maintain a secure environment, whether for personal use or within an organization. So in that, first is antivirus software. Antivirus software is an like very basic thing all of us being using, or we know about it. Like what the antivirus software do. Many of us many of us users will be using a Windows based system. So you can see that Windows Defender is already pre-installed in our Windows system. If any kind of cracked file or any suspicious thing we are trying to install, it will stop us from doing that thing. It will automatically delete that thing. So this is an example of antivirus software, which as a IT person, a system administrator has as a very basic first need to secure their system in an organization. So next is firewall software. As we discussed that in our last slide, what is a firewall was. Firewall software is also a part of in security providing by the system administrator. As I told, it monitors the incoming and outgoing network traffic on based on organization security policies. Through an firewall, we can block or allow packets as we have defined in that firewall security policy, and we can block the things that our organization that don't need. Like in many organizations today, the social media website and e-commerce website are blocked, so that if user have access to that, they might not work properly, or they might make misuse of the internet connection in the society, in the organization. And any unwanted websites also blocked, so that if any kind of suspicious file is being downloaded from the internet to that system, and that is a malware or threat that can cause an issue to the all the organization network, because all the systems are interconnected with that. So next is intrusion detection and prevention system. As I discussed before, what are intrusion detection and prevention system? That 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 intrusion detection only detects the intrusion, like there is an only, like for example, phishing email coming, or any user has sent any suspicious file, that is called PDF, XLS, anything is shared in the email. Then at the time that the email has been sent on email is received on the company server, will give an alert to the system administrator that this thing has been received on their thing. So what you can do this, do the next step. Here the IT administrator will be taking the next steps to secure that thing. And in the intrusion prevention systems are pre-configured with security policies of the organization, that what kind of file it comes in an email, you have to block or delete it. And later on, it will send the alert to the system administrator. So next is anti-spyware software. Anti-spyware software plays an important role in an organization, because in today's many of the organizations are using laptops, so they have an inbuilt webcam. And any if any if an intruder has entered their organization network, which has an unauthorized access, and get unauthorized access to any of the person's laptops, so that intruder can access their webcams and can spy through their live things. Or and for another example I give you of spyware is an keylogger. What does a keylogger do? If an person has sent an PDF file to your email server, and your email server firewall cannot also detect that thing, and the backend with the PDF and exe also as the intruder has sent, that the exe will be installed automatically on your desktop or the system you are working on. And what does a keylogger do? All the things you type on a keyboard, it will be recording. For example, I log into my bank account, company's bank account website. I will be using a search engine. I going to the URL. I will be entering the bank credentials. All of the things are saved in the keylogger, and the intruder has set that function that all of the things are typed, sent. The things are being sent the intruder through an email. So anti-spyware software is an essential security that provide privacy to the organization and their users. So next is encryption software. Encryption software, what does do? As we discussed in our last example of WhatsApp, is the end-to-end data encryption. That means it is the encrypted through a kind of software. What does the encryption do? Encryption uses some kind of algorithm to encrypt our data. What does encryption mean? Encryption means that for example, I have sent a message to my friend, hello. So the hello will be encrypted to many alphanumeric characters or numbers or other things, and then it will be sent to for another person and decrypted at that side. At current moment, the WhatsApp is using AES-256 encryption algorithm, which is which the algorithm is so much tough that if a person tries to decrypt that data, it might take around 365 years to decrypt that thing. So this as an essential thing, this should be included in the organization security of an encryption software. So here I complete my presentation of security fundamentals. Moving on to conclusion. Conclusion says that any of the bigger organizations, smaller organizations, or individual should understand what the things are going around and should choose appropriate security layers based on their specific needs and profiles, so that their data is being safe and that should be not misused, or the another has unauthorized access to it. So if any of them have questions, so please can ask, or otherwise can email me on darshan@virwani@gmail.com. And the resources which were used in this were Microsoft Security Fundamental 90s ebook, and images were taken from Google and Lexicon. Thank you. Here my complete my presentation. Thank you for being attention for this session.
Okay, Darshan, your presentation was good and you cover almost all the aspects and using examples in between. That was a good approach. Okay, I have a
Yes,
question.
thank you.
Can you tell me that which type of security service you will use to prevent or detect any tampering with the data?
Prevent and detect.
To
Prevent and
prevent
detect.
any
Yeah, with
tampering
the
with the data.
data. Which kind of data can you like elaborate something like email servers or like my
Yeah.
email servers?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so first of all, if I'm using Google G Suite for an example, so Google G Suite gives a security configuration in their systems only, that if any phishing email comes or any kind of suspicious file has been sent to their server, they will be automatically blocking them and giving us alert that this file has been found suspicious and this cannot be received to a server. And for example, many of us we are using developing software daily, and you might have faced this issue that if you are attaching a JavaScript file to a if you are sending any email to another person and you are attaching a JavaScript file, right? You have seen that this might be a suspicious that the Google will be blocking it, right? You have been might face this issue.
Okay.
So as this being and from Google side, as from being an organization, what an organization do, organization simply configure their firewall and they will use IDS and IPS systems there so that they can properly protect their email server from any kind of data breach or data leak.
Okay. Perfect. Rest, I will provide your scores and feedback on your email. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, actually, I have received all of my scores of my last presentation, but
Yes.
all of the tasks are showing pending only. So
In presentation tab or in task tab?
no, task tab and presentation also both.
Presentations are not included in that. Your presentation are not. Your presentations are not uploaded on intent tracker.
I have received all of the scores of my presentation, but their status is not updated, and the task status also pending.
Okay, task. If you are talking about the task progress, that will be completed. That is no
Okay.
issue. But if your presentations are also uploaded, that I will talk to technical support. Then you will get the issue will be resolved.
Okay, done. Thank you.
Next we have Utsav. You can start your presentation.
Good evening, ma'am. Just a second.
Yeah, good evening.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible. You can start.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Utsav, and I'll be presenting my presentation on the topic that is Google crawler for digital marketing. So in my PPT, we will understand what is Google crawler, the working of it, the output, and the demo. So what is Google crawler? It can be said that it is a bot or spider which systematically it fetches the data which we search on the Google and it indexes based on a relevant keyword. Like if we search something like Python, so it will fetch all the links, and then based on that links, it will like search for that particular keyword and find the relevant data and index it based on the sites keyword that has been put into the sites, like search engine optimization, and the links into the if we open a site and there are links within the site, and then the Google crawler will go to those sites as well, and then based on the keyword that we have searched, it will also find the relevant data on those sites as well. So like I have shown written here that in this search engine results page. So the sites with I have a site, I can like put some keywords, and if I have a forum, let's suppose, and if someone has to search let's say, take an example of Python. If someone searches for Python, then if I have inputted in my site that nice keywords in my search engine optimization, like Python related information, then based on that those keywords, my search engine optimization will improve, and based on that my results will pop up in the first of pages of my the search results. So this is an example where if we search something on the Google, there are many sites that pop up, and then based on that, it will open every site, and based on our keyword, the particular keyword that we are searching for, it will open every site and find the relevant data, and it will see that if the site actually has the data we are looking for. So what is our project for today? Google crawler for digital marketing. So like if we search something, let's suppose, again, let's take an example of Python. And if we search Python on Google, then sometimes what happens is we do not find the relevant data on the sites. If we search for Python, sometimes we get information about C++ and other languages as well. So what I have done in my script is I have taken a specific sites, let's say Quora, because I know that Quora has it provides legitimate information. So we can take any site, like multiple sites as well, like Quora and all the forums, which provide legitimate data. So if you search any query, based on that query, it will search Quora, and it will find all the relevant information on Quora based on this particular keyword, and provide us the results. So this is my how it will, all the steps about my script. Will enter the query, and the query will get attached to the site, and it will my project is based on a Google API. So I have integrated my script with the Google API, and it will request the Google, and then based on the responses, it will return to the JSON file, and it will analyze the responses, and then it will list all the responses that we get. So the output will look like this. All the results will look like this. And let's see the demo about how it works. Just a second, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
So ma'am, this is my Python script. I have imported the requests and pandas and imported JSON as well. It will JSON is for the responses which we get from the request. It will store the all the responses. So that responses which we get will be stored in this list. And for showing the list, I have created a try and catch code, so that every input which the list which we get, it will show it in a exception handler. Sorry ma'am, just a second. So in this script, what I have done is all the responses which we get from the script, like the JSON file which will store all the responses, it will one by one show the results. So let me just run it. We'll search for Python. So like this, ma'am, it will show us all the results which we get from the Quora. I have taken the example like Quora specifically to provide an example. And then my ma'am conclusion is based on that, that the Google crawler which we use can be used for automation and to specifically save a lot of time, as because we get when we search on the Google, we do not find any most of the times we do not find the relevant information we are looking for. So the basically what my aim is through the project is to save a lot of time by specifically whitelisting the major sites that provide legitimate information, and based on that, the data we are looking for, which will get that data quickly. That is all from my side. If anyone has any questions, please let me know.
Okay, Utsav, your
Yes, ma'am.
presentation was good, but I would like to address some points.
Yes,
First
ma'am.
is, before beginning of the presentation, you should
Yes, ma'am.
add a short story. In
Okay,
order to
ma'am.
show the relevance of the project, like
Okay,
you
ma'am.
are working on web crawler, so just little bit story that why you are actually working on it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And next is, you didn't explain the whole demonstration, that code part, because if someone is approaching your video, so
Yes,
he will not be able to understand that
Yes.
how each and every line of the code is working. So
Okay,
that is the
ma'am.
important thing.
Okay.
And you can also add the reference slide. It will be much more approachable. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. This was my first presentation. I'll keep that in mind next time.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Can
ma'am.
you tell me that how your local server is fetching the results from the Google server?
Ma'am, we have an API attached linked to the script here.
Okay.
It is like specifically for specific developers. Like it will be different for you if you try to make that script through
Okay.
this like API. It will fetch all the data we are looking for through a
Yeah.
script.
Okay, okay, fine. So these are some of the points you should keep in mind while giving the future presentations.
Okay, ma'am, sure.
Okay, rest I will provide your scores and feedback on your email.
Okay, ma'am, sure. Thanks.
So, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, not particular. Thanks.
Okay, okay, well,
Okay, ma'am.
okay. Next we have Pratik. You can start your presentation.
I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, you are audible.
Visible also.
Yeah, yeah. You have this.
My screen is visible, ma'am.
Yeah, your screen is visible. You can start.
Good evening, one and all. My name is Pratik Manoj Raut, and I am from DY Patil College of Engineering, and I am the data machine learning and deep learning intern. I got allotted a topic of a prescriptive analysis for the improving the inventory management. Uh, Then next slide. Here is the content of the my presentation. First of all, I introduce the task introduction, then data sources and optimization technique, then problem statement and its objective. And then we have the evaluation matrix, then sensitivity analysis and parameter variation, then recommendation for the further improvement, and then demonstration of my task, and then Q&A session. Thank you session. First of all, let us know about the prescriptive analysis and the inventory management. Let us understand better with the what is inventory management, and what is the use in a prescriptive analysis. Inventory management is the element to supply and the track of a inventory from the manufacturing, from the warehouse to the facility to the point of a sales. The goal of the inventory management is to have a right product in right place and at a right time. We are using the prescriptive analysis for the improving or optimizing the inventory management. Then we have the prescriptive analysis. Let understand the what is the prescriptive analysis. Prescriptive analysis is a branch of analytics that focuses on the specific recommendation or the action to optimize the outcomes or a product. Let us better understand with the example. Prescriptive analysis came into the play. Suppose in a traffic condition, if a delivery boy wants to deliver the product to someone, then it suggests the best optimal routes to the driver to minimize the delivery time and the fuel. Suppose the delivery task X route which takes the less time, less traffic. That is the prescriptive analysis. and uses of a data models and the algorithm to make the recommendation and informed decision. How it is used, how does it apply to the inventory management, and how why it is relevant, uh, does it apply, capture the system dynamic to reduce the cost and ensuring the optimal stocks and levels, and why it is relevant, provide the competitive edge in the goal of a global market to drive the profitability for the organization. Here you can see. Then coming to the next slide, here is the data source and optimization of our data. Here you can see that the product demand forecast data, which have the 5 columns and the 10 lakh 48,575 rows. In 5 columns, we have the product code, warehouse, product category, date and the order demand. We can you can see the Excel file also, the original data of my task. Here you can see the data set, and here my dataset contain the project category, which is the category of a product lies, and then the warehouse, and then the product code and the date of a product sale or buy, then the order demand of product. We got a dataset from the Kaggle. Mm, sorry. Product demand forecast for the Kaggle to update the sale and inventory, and the customer data we have the optimization technique to optimize that data. Then we have the optimized technique like the linear programming, mixed integer programming, and integer programming. Let understand what is the linear programming, integer programming, and the mixed integer programming. Linear programming, imagine we have a problem with multiple choices, and we want to make a best out of it, the best combination to minimize and maximize, like a profit or a cost. Then we have the integer programming, another optimization technique. Integer programming builds on the linear programming, but it has a twist. It deals with the integer and the whole number only. Then we have the mixed programming is the combination of the both linear programming and the integer programming. Then we have the advantage of using that technique. It has an advantage to ability to handle the complex constraint model, real world scenario accurately and derive the optimal solution for our solution. Then next, what is the problem statement and its objective for our, just a minute. Then we have the challenges. Improper inventory management can lead to the increase in the cost, and missed opportunity and risk of a stock out. Then we have the find the inventory management with the prescriptive analysis. Then we got the objective optimize inventory management to minimize the cost and improper delivery time. Then we have the three evaluation metric, that is cost, revenue, and product. Cost means determine the products item, including the material, labor, and the overheads. Then we have the revenue. Calculate the revenue generated by the product sale. Then we have the profit. Calculate profit after accounting the revenue and cost. Then next, we have the sensitive analysis and parameter variation. Then from this sensitive analysis and parameter variation, we generated the insight from that both. What is sensitive analysis? Sensitive analysis is the performed to assess how the change in demand, like we are using the new task in the demonstration. We can see new task, holding task, lead time, impact, and the ordinal order of a quantity to the total cost. Then we have the investigate the robustness and the solution by accessing how much the changes in the input and the parameter affect the result. Then we have the parameter. We can vary the parameter including the demand, lead time, cost to identify their impact and their impact for the optimal solution. Then we got from the sensitivity analysis and parameter, we got the insight improving the lead time can help the cost and increase the product in the demand and maximize the profit. uh, then then he my demonstration part. uh, Here first of all importing all the required libraries for first of pandas for the data set importing, and then the skyfi, and the here is the linear programming library that is optimization technique for our inventory management. Then the matplotlib and the c1 library for the visualization of graphs. Then first of all we load the data set from our csv file, that is historical product demand. Here we can see the our data sheet is loaded. Then then come to the data exploration and cleaning. Here we can see that data.shape by using we can know the how many rows and the column in our data set. Here we can see, and then the data columns. Then we have described that our data set, the count of the data set, warehouse, product category, date, and there are unique columns, stop, and frequency. Then we here we got the info of our data set, which contain the product code, warehouse, product category, date, and the order demand, which are all non-nullable and the object. Then here we come to the data cleaning process. From the data.is null sum, here we can see that our data is already filled with the values, and all are clean. Then we have the drop the non-numeric values from this data.order pd from the numeric to error. Then we have uh, by using the dates we have sorted the data from the date. Here we can see that the 1970 1 January 1970. Here we have sorted our data, and then come to the data visualization part. Here we have visualized the data by the warehouse and its count. Here we can observe that the warehouse J has the maximum number of products. Then warehouse A has the warehouse A, then warehouse S, and then warehouse C. Here we have the here we have the order demands from the specific date to the till the last end of the data. Here is the product demand of our data product. Then the total demand by warehouse. Here we can see that the total demand of a warehouse. Here we see that. And then for the sensitively analysis of our inventory management, we define the some parameter, that is demand. Here demand equal to data order, that mean here we calculate the average mean. The average mean of a product, that is 4936.48. Here is the our average demand of a demand. Then initial inventory, the total demand. Here we got the total demand, and then maximum inventory. Here we got the maximum inventory. Then we have the holding cost, ordering cost, and the holding days. Here we see that the holding cost is 2 and the ordering cost is 50. Means holding cost per day, and the ordering cost per day, and the holding days, number of days in to hold the inventory. Then we have defining the objective function and the constraint for the optimization. Here we defining the objective function. Here we defining the objective functions, like holding cost into the holding days plus the ordering cost. Here we got the 1110, 1110, that is objective function. And then we have the bounds, the demand maximum inventory and the initial inventory. Here we got. And then to solve the optimization technique, we have used the linear programming for the optimization problem. Here we got optimize over the problem. Then extract the optimal solution. Optimal solution, here we got the optimal solution, total cost. And then we have we have to perform the sensitive analysis. For sensitive analysis, we have the 20% of a demand, 20% decrease in the holding cost, and the lead time, 50% of a lead time. Here we declared the 20% of a increase, 20% of a holding cost, and the lead time. Then here we using the formulas of a demand into the change in demand. Then we have the new holding cost into the holding cost change. Then new lead time, holidays, holding days, and the lead time. Here we got the new demand, that is 5923.78. And then we have the new holding cost 1.6, and the new lead time, that is 45 point. Then on the basis of we performing the sensitive analysis function. Here we have declared define the sensitive analysis function, and with the help of the new parameters, that is new demand, new holding cost, and the lead time, we have optimized the new parameter. Then we have the sensitive analysis, then printing the all the values, that the optimal order quantity, total cost, and the sensitive analysis. Then optimal order, here we got the optimal order of a quantity, that is 4936.48. Then total cost of our inventory, that is 5,43,013.68. Then sensitive analysis of our dataset. Then we have the by using the histogram, we have the printed the original versus the sensitivity. Here we got that the original total cost of a product, and the scenario of original, and the sensitivity. Here we can observe that the original cost is large. Then we have the sensitive and optimize the inventory management. Then we got the less sensitivity. Then coming back to our presentation. uh, here are the further recommendation and the improvement for our project. We can automate and automate advanced techniques and the collaboration. In automation, we can automate the keys by process to minimize error, and reduce the lead time and shorten the delivery times. Then in advanced technique, we can use the machine learning. We can use the machine learning algorithm, artificial algorithm, and the optimization technique that we have used. Then we have the collaboration with the function, like the stakeholders, to bring the borders and the perspective analysis to empower the improvement of inventory management. Then next slide. Here we have got the result, and here we got the result and the conclusion. From this the task, we can optimize and support streamline processes for improve inventory management, for leading cost saving, increase profit. And we have the conclusion. By using the inventory management with the prescriptive analysis, we got the conclusion can help to solve the complex inventory management issue, and issue drive growth of a particular organization. Then next. uh, Then if you have a question, you can ask me a question. Otherwise, you can contact me for a further queries suggestion for my task. Thank you. Thank you for your time and attention.
Okay, Pratik, your presentation was good and you maintained a good flow and your
Yes.
demonstration was also good.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
I think you have not added the reference slide.
Yes, I added, ma'am, in a Q&A. Can I show?
Okay, okay. I think I left to see. Okay, no problem if you added. Okay, can you tell me some examples of prescriptive analysis?
Example
Yeah,
of prescriptive analysis.
yeah. In which field? I mean,
Uh,
in which field you can use this technique?
Ma'am, yeah, it can use in various field for the recommendation of products. We can use in various field, ma'am.
Uh, for example,
For example, as I tell in the presentation, delivery boy uses for the shorter route uh, and less fuel and save time. It can use in for the traffic signals, and in medical also we can use.
okay. Do you have any idea that how prescriptive analytics can be helpful in businesses?
Yes, ma'am. It can be used to for according to the demands of any particular product. It can recommend customer feedback. It can increase our cost and profitable amount. We can use in the businesses.
Okay.
Okay,
Rest, I will provide your scores and feedback on your email. Do you have
okay,
any
ma'am.
questions?
Ma'am, I have a same doubt that my task status showing pending. Can I show?
Okay. On intent tracker under task tab.
Yes. Yeah. Task tab, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Can
Okay,
I?
I
Here, ma'am, you can see pending. Just first status was complete. Then other two was showing the pending.
okay. Did you receive the
Yes,
scores
ma'am.
for
Yes,
okay.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will talk to team and I will just resolve this issue.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you for your time and
okay.
attention. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Next we have Harsh. You can start your presentation. Harsh, are you there?
Am I visible?
Yes, you are visible as well as audible.
Okay. Okay. So I'm starting. Share my screen. Can you see my presentation?
Yeah, yeah, I can see your presentation.
Oh, so my task is that I have to read some CSV data and I have to plot the candlestick patterns. So I will be explaining in my slides about these topics. So let's start first of all with the introduction. One second. Um, is my slide visible?
Yes.
Okay. So moving on to the introduction part. One second, let me minimize it first. Can't see it. One second, yeah. So today we will see our project on developing a stock screener application in Python. Our focus will be on reading CSV data and plotting candlestick patterns using the MPL Finance library. The MPL Finance is a library provided in Python, and it is a very efficient library in terms of working in the area of stock market, and it has many finance aspects as well. So the ability to analyze the stock efficiently is essential for traders and investors to make informed decisions. Our application aims to provide a user-friendly interface to visualize and identify candlestick patterns, a popular tool for technical analysis in the financial world. So the contents of my presentation is, first of all, I'll be explaining theory. the second is demonstration part. The third is technical stacks. Fourth is the challenges that I faced during the project. The fourth is the reference section, and we'll conclude at last. So coming to the theory part. So first of all, an introduction to candlestick chart and how they represent the price movement of a financial instrument over time are called candlestick patterns. So basic candlestick patterns are explanation of commonly used candlestick patterns like doji, hammer, shooting star, bullish engulfing, and bearish engulfing, among others. To be very honest, I could not comprehend every one of them because it's hardcore finance. So as much as I could comprehend, I will try to explain in the slides. So so we'll be knowing what is the importance of candlestick patterns. The importance is to understand how traders use these patterns to identify potential trend reversals and continuation signals. So candlestick patterns are a popular form of technical analysis used by traders to interpret price movements and make predictions about future price movements in financial markets, such as stocks, forex, cryptocurrencies, and commodities. These patterns are formed by the price action over a specific period, typically represented by a single candlestick or combination of multiple candlesticks. Each candlestick typically represents one trading session, that is, one day for daily charts, and contains four data points: the opening price, closing price, highest price, and lowest price during that session. The body of the candlestick represents the price range between the opening and closing prices, while the wicks or shadows represent the highest and lowest prices during that session. So the basic candlestick patterns are doji, hammer and hanging man, shooting star and inverted hammer, bullish and bearish engulfing, morning star and evening star, piercing pattern, and dark cloud over. Three white soldiers and three black crows. So these are the figures of bullish, bearish, hanging man, shooting star, bearish engulfing. I couldn't comprehend it very clearly, but because it, it's tough to comprehend if we don't have some financial backing. But yeah, so these are the basic diagrams. So I've kept the slide very basic. I will be explaining what is the importance of candlestick patterns. It's important to note that while candlestick patterns can provide valuable insights into potential market movements, they are not infallible and should be used in conjunction with other technical analysis tools and indicators to make well-informed trading decisions. Additionally, market conditions can change rapidly, so traders should exercise caution and use risk management strategies when trading based on candlestick patterns. The walkthrough of the stock screen application and loading CSV data, I'll be showing you the code. So I'm going with the theory part right away, and after this I will explain the code. So technical stacks that I have used, and first of all is Python, programming language used for the development of a stock screener application. Pandas is a very well-known library and a very powerful library to mention as well. For data manipulations and analysis in a specific. MPL Finance is a Python library for plotting financial charts, including candlestick charts. Jupyter Notebook. I've used it for the environment used for development and demonstration purpose. But I will be showing you the code in VS Code itself. Challenges and scope of improvement. If we get some consistent data sets, it will be easier. Recognition of patterns is a big challenge, and uh, we have to increase the proficiency because no algorithm is, to be honest, very proficient. There is always some chance of betterment. So yeah, proficiency is also a big challenge. The references, these are the references I've used for the candlestick patterns, candlestick recognition, MPL finance, and plotting. So questions and answers, yeah, this is my GitHub link. You can drop questions in my repo. So conclusion, let's conclude the topic, and and you can send your feedback and questions on my email, that is adityash1212@gmail.com, and happy trading. So I will be explaining the code part as well. So first of all, we are importing the pandas library. Are you able to see my VS Code screen? I have shared it, but
Yes, yes, I can see.
Okay, 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 okay. So first of all, I have imported the pandas library. Secondly, I have imported the MPL finance. So this is a function that is used to plot the candlestick, and we are taking data as the input. So data is actually a you can say it's like a key value pair data structure. So data of date is pandas library we are converting into date time. And then we are sorting it. Then we are setting the index, and finally we are plotting it. So it's a quite basic code, and I'll try to run it. And the data set that I've used is this. This is a CSV folder. These are basically columns. So these are the first one is date. The second one is open. That is the opening price, high, low, close. Uh, that's it. There are six columns, and we are using this to plot it in Python. I'll be running this. One second. Hmm. Can you see the graph?
No, actually, I cannot see the output.
Okay, okay, okay. One second.
Yeah,
I'll have to share it again.
okay.
Now I think you will be able to see it. Can you see?
Yeah, now I can see.
Yeah, this is the graph that has been plotted. So yeah, plotting this the my topic was quite simple. I just to use I'd use I had to use the plotting using Python. So I had to plot this basic graph, and I have got the data set. So I plotted the graph as simple as that. So you can see the code is also very concise as well. Yeah, so that's all about my presentation. I'm ready for the reviews. Thank you.
Okay. Harsh, your presentation was good. And you explained the
Okay.
points. That is also. One thing I would like
Okay.
to address that you should
Yeah.
include a short story in the beginning of the presentation. Okay.
Okay.
So describing
But
that,
actually it was a bit theoretical topic. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
I skipped the story part because I
yeah.
I didn't comprehend what to say it as a story.
Yeah, you can
Next.
analyze on it because what happens now when you're working, so story helps you in relating more your project to the real world scenario. So for
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
purpose. Okay, so in the future
Yeah, I
presentation.
was. Yeah, 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 for sure.
Okay. And one more thing, that your
Yeah,
outcome, it was little congested. Means the patterns you talked about, different patterns in your presentation, like
yeah,
bullish, bearish. So if
yeah, yeah,
someone look at the data set and try to predict the trend of the market, then it's not possible. You cannot figure
yeah.
out, you know. So you can use some Python functions to increase the width or angle. Okay, you
Okay,
can
yeah, yeah,
search more
yeah.
about it.
Just to
So
zoom in, you mean to say? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm getting that. Okay,
so this is
thank you.
all from my side. I will provide you
Okay.
discourse and feedback on it. Do we have any questions?
Do I? No, no. Do I need to put down my email ID in the chat, or
No,
do
no,
you
no.
have my email
I
ID?
will help. I will be help.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we have Nandini. You can start your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Just a minute.
Yes.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yeah, your screen is visible, but you are not visible. So
One second, ma'am.
yeah,
Ma'am, am I visible now?
yeah. Now you are visible. You can start.
So, good evening, ma'am. My name is Nandini Pawar, and digital marketing is my domain. And my today's topic is researching performance marketing and affiliated network. So first we understand what is performance marketing and affiliated network. So maximizing RIO is a crucial in digital marketing performance, and affiliated networks are two effective strategies to achieve this goal. In this presentation, we will discuss the benefits and the challenges of these strategies. So first, so the next slide we have is what is performance marketing. So performance marketing is a type of digital marketing where advisors pay publishers only when a specific action is taken, such as sale or a lead, or this model can be cost effective and measurable, marking and popular choice for the businesses and for all the sides of business. Next is benefits of performance marketing. So the benefits of performance marketing included increased brand exposure, higher ROI, and better targeting. By paying only for results, businesses can save money and ensure that their ads are reaching the right audience. The next is ROI. So what is ROI? It's the return on investment that marketing quantifies to justify how marketing programs and campaigns generate revenue for the businesses. ROI is the short return on investment, and this is the case. It is measuring the money your company to spend marketing campaign against the revenue those campaigns generated. Next is challenges in performance marketing. So the challenges in performance marketing is putting in the place of strategy for the debt of third party cookie, and second is moving up the funnel, mitigate increase in the CPA. So the putting in the place of the strategy means that the finally a really significant percentage of the digital marketing that currently developed by the performance marketers and relies heavily on the third party cookies for its effectiveness. But from ad retargeting to the personalization, they have been a central and a vital features for the industry for a long time. So the secondly, they are going away whether marketers is like it or not. But the Google's decision announced to the industry back in the January 2020 to phase out the third party cookies from the late 2023 has been met the responses that ranges for concern over a potential third party cookies allocated to a sense of denial and feeling that somehow the decision would be reversed. And the second is moving to the funnel. This is the one of the key challenges in the post pandemic world, in the huge increases in a CPAs that marketers are experiencing. In fact, our own research that has show that 53% of marketers are concerned about rising paid media cost, with advertiser experiencing and increase the CPA of upwards of 44% in some cases. And the reality is that the type of increase is partly divided into behavior of edtech suppliers. Next is the affiliated marketing. Benefit of affiliated marketing. So the benefit of affiliated marketing includes uh, sorry ma'am, slide. No, second we have what are affiliated marketing. So affiliate networks are the platforms that connect advisor and publisher to advisor can promote their products and services through a network of affiliated. Now we understand how it benefits. So second, we have the benefits of affiliated networks. So the benefits of affiliated networks are low cost of startup, low ongoing cost, low risk, targeted traffic, flexibility, and high ROI. So first we have low cost of startup up. An affiliated program does not require that advertising team for ad visual or that you can purchase ad space. Rather than you have an option to depend the entirely on the affiliates to come up with the content and originally marketer your products and services. Second is a low ongoing cost. So since most of the marketing activities are done by affiliates, they will also bear the chunks of the cost attached. And since the commission based program, and it means that you will only pay affiliates for the sale and they bring in. This marketing model cost easy to manage and does not interrupt your cash flow, and that's a major department of the other marketing. Models can such as PPC or paid media strategies that require you to pay for every click leading for the website. Third is low risk. Low cost means low risk since the cost of our affiliated program is directly correlated with the sales generated. You do not have to stress out about losing money on your investment, in which perfect businesses on a tight budget. Fourth is targeted traffic. Another key point that is the affiliated your partner with the ultimately handpicked by you ensuring that the traffic is incoming your site is from the individual who find the product or services useful, because this is an important of audience that ideal affiliated content creator, passionate consumer, or resonated with the brand will mostly like their own audience overlap the your targeted customers. Second is flexibility. You can easily make your affiliated program smaller or bigger at the little cost. It also offers you a great way to scale up your businesses without breaking the bank. You can also choose a scale of compensation from your affiliated marketing program to match the growth of your businesses. This is the fourth considering because of the large reach of influencers has the more authority and more sale they can direct to a site through an affiliated partnership, and that will help to the flexibility. Next is high RIO. Having the keys to product innovation and effective management skills doesn't guarantee a high RIO. We will also need to get a marketing right. Affiliated marketing has been proven to have a such much bigger return on investment than most of the marketing strategies. One major reason of this is because the target audience will hear your product or services from affiliated. They are naturally persistent to their shapers, major ones, and the affiliated marketing. Next we have what are the challenges we faces in the affiliated marketing. So the challenges we faces in affiliated market is including finding the right affiliated, managing relationship with them, and ensuring complaints and regulations advertiser and with the right tool and the resource can promote the highly effective product. Next is what if we maximizing the RIO with performance marketing and affiliated marketing. So by combining the performance marketing and affiliated network, business can maximize their RIO and reach a wider audience. They can leverage and benefit of both the strategies, overcome their respective challenges. Next is a case study. In this case study we understand the effectiveness and effectiveness of performance marketing and affiliated marketing. We will showcase some of the successful examples of business that used strategies to achieve their marketing goals. So I'm using this case study as a demo for my presentation. So in the survey, according to 2022 study by the Performance Marketing Association, advertiser in retail sector spend the most of the performance marketing, accounting for 76% of total spending. The financial sector followed with a steep of drop of 12%, then the travel industry with 5%. In term of revenue, the sector with the highest revenue was the retail at 40 uh, 84%, by the travel at 10%. Industries like automotive, healthcare, and telecoms only accounted for 1% of the total performance marketing revenue. However, despite having the biggest spending and the highest revenue percentages, the retail industry did not offer the best of ROS according to the report, but the automotive industries offered the best return at $26, followed by the travel at $21 and the retail at $12. The next is a conclusion. In this, performance and marketing affiliated networks are two powerful strategies that can help businesses maximize their ROI in digital marketing by understanding their benefits and challenges, by the leveraging their strengths. Businesses and can achieve their marketing goals and grow their revenue. If ma'am you have any questions, you can ask. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Okay, Nandini, your presentation was good and you maintained a good flow as it is required. I think we have not added the reference slide.
What ma'am?
I think you have not added the reference slide.
Reference? Uh, Ma'am, the reference links.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh no, ma'am, I did not add that.
yeah, yeah. But from the next future presentations, add the reference slide as well.
Okay.
Okay, if I ask you and summarize that, what is the main difference between affiliate marketing and performance marketing? So, what is
Ma'am,
your
performance marketing basically a very common way that companies use to advertise their products, like email marketing and influencers marketing, media marketing. But in affiliated market, very matlab some pupils may know about affiliated marketing because it's more related to the tech. That
so
is why.
accord so according to your case study, which one is much better?
Ma'am, according to my performance marketing, because the in nowadays people more use email and social media, so that is why.
Okay, okay. So I will provide your scores and feedback on your email. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Welcome.
you, ma'am.
So we are not left with any more interns. So we wrap up our session here. Thank you, everyone.